Hi, it's Angie with News OK.
And Sherrel.
Sherrel is our passion for food columnist for the Oklahoman. And today we're starting a brand new series called Oklahoma Table. This is sponsored by the Made in Oklahoma Coalition, which we are so thankful for. Kind of encouraging local food from local farmers.
That's right. We're bringing things right from the farm to your Oklahoma table.
Nice.
And this is a great way. Going to a farmer's market is the best way I know. It's actually the easiest gardening you can do to get into Oklahoma soil. Absolutely.
Now in this basket, what do we have?
We have, well, this is just stuff that I got at the Oklahoma City Farmer's Market, the one at over near Chesapeake.
Okay.
And I also got some of it at the Enid Farmer's Market on Saturday. We're going to make a vegetable montage today, a stir fry. So what I've done is cut these up in a variety of shapes, because I think it makes a nice, I'm going to stir fry them today, but there are other things you could do. You could put them all in a big plastic bag and coat them with a little bit of pesto. It just takes a small amount, or olive oil and salt and pepper would be enough. And so, and I have okra, I forgot to show you that.
Yeah. And
you can leave it whole like this, cut it in little rounds, or even cut it lengthwise. And I cut some lengthwise over the weekend. And I thought those were just very clever. And they sort of steam. I like to start a stir fry with the absolute hardest vegetable to cook. And in this case, it's going to be
the carrots?
The carrots,
really?
Yes, because it's going to take them a little bit longer to cook.
Okay.
So that's how I'm going to start it. And I'll put, and this is a non-stick electric skillet, and I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil in the center.
Okay.
And then we'll start by putting our carrots in. And maybe the other thing that I like to sort of let my onions caramelize because it takes some of that heat out of them. So we'll put the onions in next. And I like to do the same thing to the okra. So we'll put some of that in. I'll leave some of them whole.
Do you want some of them out, the onions?
No, let's just put them all in. We'll get them all inside. Now the squash will kind of steam on the top of everything else, but peppers are also good if they caramelize a little bit. So these are the things that we want to cook the longest that we're putting in first. I'll go ahead and put the eggplant in next. And I find that this small Asian eggplant, it's not necessary to salt it to get any of the bitter liquid out, like the large, older eggplant that we've gotten for years. This is one that you may not have done, but I urge you to try it, especially if it's fresh from the market. And we just stir these around, and you'll see them change color and become a little brighter as we go along. Okay, you can see it's starting to caramelize, and so that just means that we're getting lots of nice flavor. And I'm going to add these little pieces of tomato because I love to have something red.
Oh yeah,
in the food. Yes, it does, and it also, I think maybe that's the photographer kind of thing that we like, because red stirs up the appetite. But then I'm going to put the squash on the top because it'll just kind of steam, cook in here, and it's such a cool thing. And we'll just spread all these squashes out, pieces of squash, and let that cook. Now we could put the lid on it at this time or just leave it off. We'll just put that in and let it, some of that will kind of caramelize. All these vegetables have some natural sugars in them, and that's why they caramelize so nicely. You could season it. If you were trying to get more protein, you could add some sunflower seeds to it, raw, and toast them with this. I like to have pesto with things, and I made this out of some great garlic.
So this is how you're going to season it?
This is how I'm going to season it today, and you'll start to get the aroma of this basil and garlic and walnuts I used in the pesto, a little less expensive than purchasing pine nuts. So you could do a pesto with pecans. I've added the pesto, and you can already get the aroma from the basil and the garlic.
And now you're stirring.
And I'm stirring it up to coat all the veggies and distribute the flavor. And I believe that we're about done.
Oh, that looks amazing. So, pretty easy.
Very easy. And it just takes minutes to do.
Very nice.
And I kind of like it because you don't have to heat up the whole oven.
Well, this is beautiful. Obviously, these are the
yes.
finished vegetables.
So one thing you could do is do a lot of them, and then you have some sort of planedovers instead of what we call leftovers.
There you go.
You could mix this in with a pasta that you've cooked and put a little bit of that sun-dried tomato.
Very nice.
Cheddar
Very
grated
nice.
over the top of it.
That would be great.
You could also add this to a nice green salad.
Oh, yeah.
And with a vinegar
For sure.
and oil dressing. It would be wonderful.
Oh, this is beautiful. And obviously it's great because it's from our local growers right here in the metro area. So go to your farmer's market and pick up some vegetables and all kinds of things. There's jams, there's all kinds of wonderful things at our local farmers markets. And you can find those on, different websites that, just Google local
Yes.
farmers
And
market, you'll find it.
We'll have some on our website
There
as
we
well.
go. There we go. And yes, exactly. So check out Sherrel Jones' Passion for food column, and she will list the farmers market. She will also give you just kind of some good tips on how to make some vegetables like
Absolutely.
this. Absolutely beautiful.
This would be pretty good on a sandwich too, wouldn't it?
It would. It would. Cheryl, thank you so much.
Thank you, Angie.